Welcome in here, everybody. This loss here, embarrassing on so many fronts for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, that Kaleb Johnson play there is one of the most embarrassing plays I have ever seen. I mean, your players don't even know the rules, Coach Tomlin. Danny Smith, your guys don't even know the rules. Period. I've seen a lot of embarrassing things by Mike Tomlin and by this coaching staff over the years, everybody. But I think that Kaleb Johnson one was the most embarrassing of them all. Also, I don't know, but somehow, some way in the third quarter, going into the fourth, somehow, some way this game was tied at 14. Seattle has been kicking tail all afternoon long. All afternoon long. This game has been non-competitive. Seattle pushing 400 yards of offense. Steelers not even close to that. The miscommunication with Calvin Austin sticking his hands out on a ball that was intended for Pat Freiermuth that would have been a touchdown. I saw where that ball was going. The defense is just getting shredded. Everybody, today, the Seattle Seahawks were the hammer. The Steelers were the nail. Hammer, nail. Hammer, nail. Hammer, nail. Seattle came in here and just kicked Pittsburgh's butt to the umpteenth degree. Mike Tomlin just got owned by Mike McDonald. And it's so bad that Mason Rudolph is in the game at quarterback. Mason Rudolph in. And typical Tomlin, he's waving the white flag, not trying to win. And he's going to run off the field with his tail between his legs, crying home to mama. Pathetic. Downright pathetic. Should be ashamed of themselves. Pathetic. They got owned here today by Seattle. Owned. Everybody, the Steelers, like I said, they got owned today. Downright owned. That was ugly. That was hideous. And for your leading receiver to be Jaylen Warren is a massive concern. For Jaylen Warren to be your leading receiver, that's a massive concern. I mean, this Pittsburgh offense, they only averaged 4.5 yards a play. They got outgained 395 to 267. And looking at this, everybody, I am stunned that the Steelers did not really look good today other than a couple of splash plays on interceptions for the whole game. They did not look good. They did not look good. And for this, and somehow, some way, this game was 14-14 going into the fourth quarter. This defense, this Mike Tomlin defense, it's not Terrell Austin's defense. It is Mike Tomlin's defense just getting ripped apart. The Mike Tomlin defense getting ripped to shreds by two average to below average quarterbacks. And I like Sam Darnold. But he's not MVP level Darnold with Kevin O'Connell last year. Excuse me. This defense is wretched. TJ Watt is nowhere to be found. And if they're going to be doing this defensively, 32 points against the Jets and 31 points against a meh Seattle offense with JSN and Cooper Kupp, you got worked by an old Cooper Kupp. Completely worked. Go on.
I'm very concerned about the defense. I know the 31 was 7 of that comes from that stupid kickoff. But what concerns me, and this is something that I don't know if it's the chat remembers or Joey remembers, I've been saying since I want to say the middle part of last year that I think TJ Watt has lost a step. I very much have been saying that. I understand they may be scheming him with the double, triple teams. That doesn't really matter to me. Jared Verse gets double, triple teamed, et cetera, okay? So, again, it's been very concerning to see TJ Watt be a non-factor, and honestly, I think him and Jack Sawyer probably split reps today. What makes that so concerning is just off the premise you gave him the biggest contract in NFL history before Michael Parsons signed his.
Yeah, you just gave him $41 million this
I don't think he's had a sack this season thus far, correct? So
no sacks through 2 weeks.
Nope. And against Seattle line that's shaky, and then a rookie Omar Membo in New York. I don't know, guys. Offensively, I don't put this on Aaron, not because I'm an Aaron fanboy, but I just don't think people are getting open for him. I think that these receivers, like Joey said, have not played with a guy with the IQ or pedigree of Aaron before. Calvin Austin, what are you doing there?
Everybody, we just sort of have to break down that first red zone interception. Aaron Rodgers bought time, went to his left. Calvin Austin was at the front pylon of the end zone. Pat Freiermuth was at the back pylon of the end zone. And Aaron Rodgers was throwing that ball to the shoulder of Freiermuth low into toward the outside of the field toward that pylon. And the throwing lane was there. The throwing lane was there to get it to Freiermuth. He was open. Calvin Austin reached his hands out. It deflected the ball, resulted in an interception for Kendrick of Seattle, and that's why Aaron Rodgers was very upset with Calvin Austin going to the sideline. What Aaron was doing was about as high IQ of a quarterback play as you're going to get. You're going to get high-level, high IQ football from Aaron Rodgers, and let's be real. With this coaching staff, they haven't gotten high IQ anything under the Tomlin, Austin, Matt Canada staff. It's not a high IQ staff. And they're getting a PhD in football from Aaron Rodgers that they were on high school diploma GED level football with Tomlin and Canada. You gotta do better. You gotta do better.